what brings you joy that has nothing to do with the work? That's question number one. What makes your soul dance? The point of the question is that your joy should motivate your work, but you have to tap into the joy to refuel your motivation for the work. And if you avoid the moments that give you joy, right, then it makes it more daunting to do the work. The work feels heavier without that joy. The work feels more daunting. The mountains seem a lot higher. The hills seem a lot steeper without that connection of joy to it. And so that's the challenge. It's not to say that that the work isn't meaningful, that the work doesn't give you joy, but there should always be something that helps. And we're challenged today to remember to tap into that. And that's something that I'm always reminded of. To have joy and to have levity and to have play and experiences and whatever it may be, I think is the crux of what fuels this work long term. One of the things that gave me joy as a pastor is not Dr. King standing on the Lincoln Memorial. It's a powerful moment for sure, but that's not what motivated me. There is an image that I saw not too long ago where Dr. Martin Luther King was standing on the beach of Jamaica with his wife and his children. He didn't have a suit on. He had on some linen pants, a nice striped shirt, and he's on the beach in Jamaica. And for the first time, I saw an image of a civil rights leader who's pushing a movement, and he's not, quote unquote, doing the work. What? It blew my mind that this man had the world on his shoulders at the time, and he was at play. And I think that there's so much beauty and majesty in what God can do when you give yourself enough grace and mercy to take just a pause. Um, the reason why this is tough is that the passion is there, right? If the passion wasn't there, this conversation wouldn't necessarily be as difficult to have. The what's the word? The obsession of the work, it is why the challenge of faith sometimes for us in this work of passion, in this work sometimes, is to recognize the pause, is to recognize that there needs to be a moment of replenishment, a moment of break, a moment of play. Otherwise, you lose a little bit of what you had at the beginning, right? Because all of us had this epiphany moment where we got it. We realized that passion is not something you're born with. Passion is something you discover. And so in light of discovering that passion, now with passion and to some degree even obsession, now the work is, okay, God, you've shown me the passion, you show me the work. Okay, now show me, how do I not waste this moment? And so the beauty of passion is, I'm not asking anybody to stay off and go off and drift off into the ends of the earth and never come back, and somebody else will pick up where you left off. I'm just simply asking you, when was the last time you blinked? To lose focus for a second, to gain focus again, so that you can continue to move. And that balance is going to be different for each person. What makes you blink, what will make you feel safe blinking will change. Uh, but that is so important, because if you never blink, you'll begin to miss stuff. There has to be, at some place, at some point, there has to be something that gives. And what has decided to give over the last 15 to 20 years is persons have said, I refuse and I reject this notion to work, and then work some more, and then work some more, and lose everything else that brought me joy or that contributes to my joy. Because there's nothing that says you have to have one joy. There's no rule that says only one thing can make your soul dance. Nothing. There you can love this work and love your family and either find ways to combine them or completely separate them altogether. That's the beauty of the agency that God has given us to do. And so I think that uh, um, that's something that we're seeing more of. I know for a fact, my generation is doing it, but even to see even pastors be a part of the great resignation, that now we've gone over the past 5 years from a clergy surplus to now a clergy shortage. There's so many congregations across this nation and even across the world that cannot find spiritual leaders because clergy have decided that for whatever reason it's not worth it. And even to Dennis's point, that to be countercultural requires us then to operate even in this work a little bit differently. That we do have rest. That no, this month or this season we paused some conferences this year, and it's like wait, what? What did you just say? We're not going to meet. Maybe we need a break, and maybe that break contributes more to the work than we can imagine.